Shalom, God's people. In the world we are living today, there are people who have invested heavily and are ready to invest more to get some people ready for future manipulation. To manipulate means to control. So they get individuals, they give them money, they give them fame, they give them goodies, but in future they want to be paid back. And these people who have been put for manipulation, sometimes they are not aware, they are caught unaware. Since these people gave these individuals money, they give this individual some fame, this individual's success comes directly or indirectly because of these manipulators. Some people become agents for future manipulations without being aware, but maybe by default. For example, if a politician has a case in a court of law, maybe they shot somebody or they did something wrong, and this case needs to be manipulated. This person needs to get out of court. So they seek for help from senior politicians, and maybe these senior politicians are connected with some corrupt judges. So they corrupt the judges, this politician is released, and he's free. Later in future, this politician who has been released is told, kindly vote A, and maybe his heart wants no, wants B. So if this person refuses to vote as per the manipulator's wish, they will be told, now, you remember you did this and this and this, you remember you shot somebody, you remember we are the ones who helped you out, we will expose you. So this politician is forced to vote against his or her wish. A person can be involved in a certain scandal, and these people who are ready for manipulation, they come very fast to help this individual, to help this person get out of this trouble. But later, you realize that they want some favors. For example, maybe somebody is a very senior person, maybe a president, maybe a minister, maybe a CEO. And once upon a time, he will involve in a scandal. These people come very fast, can give you money, can bribe the court, can give you good bonds. But after some time, when they want their favors back, they will manipulate you. They will manipulate these people. Yeah. For example, a man can sleep with a lady, and this man is very firm. This lady can keep quiet even for 10 years. But after some time, this lady, not necessarily an assist, can want favors from this man. He can tell a man, she can tell a man, please, I need such money from you. I need this land from you. And this man has family. He has wife, he has kids who don't know there were such affairs some time back. If this man refuses to give this lady the piece of land, or refuses to give this lady that money, this lady can threaten to expose this man. Can say, okay, I will expose, I have photos, I have videos, we had an affair, I have messages, I can tell your wife. So this man is forced to give this land, or he risks being exposed. There are some ways which seem good to a man, but later this man gets in trouble. The book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 12, it says, there is a way that appears right, but in the end it leads to death. Some of these manipulators know very well they are doing something wrong, but to you it might appear right. To you it might appear they are your supporters, which is very dangerous. If you are a judge in a court, maybe there's a small case which is going on, somebody can come, maybe a lawyer has been sent by these manipulators to come and bribe you, and this case court is gone. Later, we have big cases, because remember, these manipulators, some of these people are very corrupt. Later, you have such cases, big cases coming to your court. But since you have been given some bribe, you'll never do anything as per the law. You will do what they tell you, or else they will expose you. Because when these people give you these things, they make sure they keep evidence. They ensure they investigate what you do, your businesses, and everything. They can give you tenders free, but they ensure these tenders have some corrupt cases inside, maybe something corrupt, so that when they expose you, you have nowhere to go. In colleges, in universities, in schools, if you are a lecturer there, if you're a teacher there, don't go to an extent of having very strong relationships leading to affairs, leading to sex with ladies or with men, because these people might be very lazy, might be non-performers, but they can force you to give you distinction, to give them distinction. They can force you to give them good grades, because if you don't give them, they can tell you, we are going to expose you. Very dangerous. If you are working in a bank, maybe you're a middle manager or a parastatal or in a government, then senior management in a bank or where you're working gives you money, give you something small or something big to employ a mediocre person. For sure, if you're not careful, you will employ that person. You don't realize that you are an agent for manipulation in the future. In the future, they can do anything they want. They can give you another employee who is a thief, who can rob the bank. But since you had accepted the initial bribe, you are already an agent for manipulation. You can't do anything. You need to understand these things do happen. And sometimes these people who are being manipulated, they get angry since they can't do anything. They try to make sure that they manipulate those guys who want to manipulate. They disappear. They can kill. They can do anything. They can threaten. Sometimes you're getting money very genuinely. You're getting fame very genuinely. So when these people realize that you're getting some fame, you're getting some money, you're getting rich, you're getting wealthy, genuinely, they try to come in and try to support you, get more money or get better fame more than your competitors. Later, they try to ensure that they bring somebody, maybe a lady, you sleep with her. Then after sometimes they want you to do what they want to do, maybe to promote their product, or else this lady will come and expose you. These things are very dangerous, but they look very innocent. They look genuine. If you are elected maybe to speak on behalf of maybe your people, maybe some group of people who don't know how to speak well, maybe weak people, and yet you accept to be manipulated by others, sometimes you speak what others want, not what those people want. These things you need to understand. If you are a lady and you want quick fames, you are very likely to enter into the hands of these manipulators. They will give you money, they will give you fame, but one day they will tell you, we want to promote this agenda. We want to promote lesbianism. We want to promote gayism. We want to promote LGBTQ agenda. You say, no, I'm a Christian, or I'm a Muslim, I can't do this. But remember, they are the ones who promoted you, who gave you fame. They might force you to take nude photos. What will you do? Or else they tell you, give us our money. Remember, maybe you are married. Your husband cannot accept you having nude photos, so that they promote their magazines. So you either decide to give them back their money, if you have that is, or risk divorce, or also risk being exposed. Not all photos you see in these magazines of nude ladies, nude photos, they like them. Sometimes they don't like. Sometimes they're just manipulated, because they can't imagine where they'll get the money back. People are going through frustrations because of being manipulated, because they never thought that when they got these things, There's the time for payback. Nothing for sure is free. But let us not lose hope. If you are already being manipulated, or if somebody is threatening you to give something back, or else you do what they want to do, don't lose hope. There is always hope. Sometimes you have to be ready to face the consequences, but not sin. Sometimes you have to speak. For those who have not yet gotten in this trap, be careful. Understand that there are always snares. These things ought to happen to some individuals. They might happen to you. In the book of Psalms chapter 119, verse 110, it says, "The wicked have set a snare for me, but I have not strayed for your precepts." That's David saying, the wicked have set snare. But David had decided not to go away from God. So sometimes do not change your character. Do not go away from God. Do not sin because these snares are there. They have to be there sometimes. But sometimes, for example, maybe a family member has decided to help you. Maybe your uncle. Maybe he has decided to help your daughter go to get scholarship. Later, this uncle of yours, since he helped your daughter to have scholarship, can tell you now, vote for this person, vote for this, and it's against your wish. Sometimes just say no. It doesn't mean if a man gave you a golden watch, when he wants sex advances from you, if you're a lady maybe, you have to accept no. Sometimes just say no. You don't need to go to those snares. Sometimes we need to highly pray for our leaders. That's why it's good to pray for your leaders. Whether that person is an opposition leader, that person is a president, that person you voted for them or you voted against them, but as long as they are your leaders, pray for them. Because sometimes countries, they come, like China, can come give you major loans, unsecured loans sometimes. But they, in their wish, that country should not pay back the loan. So that in future, they will be manipulated. In future, they will be told, do this, do that. Pray for your leaders everywhere in this world. Pray for your leaders. Because even if you have a president, there are people who are powerful than the president behind the scenes. There are people who are the ones who are pushing them to be there. They have their personal agendas. Even during slavery, some time back in Africa, how did the white men come and took people slaves? Some of these people, they came very well, they were very good. They entered into bargains with chiefs. Chiefs were given goodies, but later they were the ones who were assisting in selling their fellow black men. We need to understand these things. Sometimes, for example, even if you are a teacher maybe, or a very good lecturer somewhere, you might know the truth. But if maybe these people gave you medals because they want to manipulate you, since they are thinking maybe you're a bit clever, maybe you're a physician, then you have discovered, oh, this thing is not right. It's not the way they are teaching us. You can't tell the truth if they have already manipulated you. For example, science, they tell you there's geocentrism, there's heliocentrism. You yourself, you realize that, oh, maybe the sun is the one revolving, it's not the earth. Maybe you realize the earth is flat, it's not a sphere, the way they say. But will you teach your physics students that, oh, no, the sun is the one which is going around, but the earth is stationary? Will you teach them that way? If you have already been manipulated, you might know the truth, but if you are manipulated, you'll do exactly what they tell you to do. Sometimes they'll make you to shut up. They tell you, use this video animation. People have gone to the moon. People have gone wherever. Yeah, even Buzz Aldrin himself admitted that he never went to the moon. But sometimes, even if he admitted, you're told, no, teach these people. Teach them all these theories. Pray for yourself. Pray for your leaders, especially during this time. Because the world, the way it is going, there's so much manipulation. Even the Bible itself is being manipulated. You cannot compare the old King James Version and the new King James Version. Even you cannot compare with Good News or NIV Bible. People have really edited. They want to do their own things. So even if you have a new Bible, please read all the Bibles. All the Bibles also had more books. For example, the book of Enoch had so much information about what nowadays people call solar system. The book of Enoch explains why there is 31 days and 30 days in different months. When you read this book, you will realize, okay, why February has 28 days. Because initially it was not there. You realize who made February to have 28 days. Who made July and August to have 31 days each. It was not there before. When you read the Bible very well, you realize that the first month was Nisan. It used to fall between maybe May and March and May there. During Passover, that's the first month of the year. But nowadays we use Gregorian calendar. If you know this truth, if you have not been manipulated, you will teach it. But if you have already been manipulated either by theologians or by people who think they are on upper rank, you cannot teach. These things we'll talk more later. There are a lot of things which are going on right now. Manipulation is going on. These are end times. Be manipulated. Don't be manipulated. If you know the truth shall set you free. Your bishop, your pastor can teach you something, but later you realize, no, this is mere theology. It is not from the Bible. I'm not against any theology. Please, theologians, just understand. But as long as something is from the Bible, no problem. Thank you so much. May the Lord lead us in our right way for finding the truth. For the truth shall set us free. Shalom.